Hi everyone, and welcome back to Simply Humble Homestead. Um, Today I'm not doing the video I originally planned because it is really windy outside, which is going to affect the mic. And I figured, what can I do inside? Well, I do have some exciting news. I went and let everyone out this morning, got everyone fed, and I have a new layer. One of my Midnight Majesty Marans has started laying, and they will give out these dark chocolate eggs, and it is huge. This one is compared to a Java Silky Cross, which they lay they're smaller eggs, but this is even bigger than our Java eggs. They were supposed to be, I think because they are high production layers, it was supposed to take them longer to start laying. And apparently I have a girl who I feel is not 6 to 9 months yet, or closer to 9 months is when they start laying. I definitely haven't had her for 9 months, but they were pretty big when I got them from the local feed store, so they could have been older. But I'm really excited. I got my first chocolate egg, and if you guys don't already know, I choose to have a mixed flock, so I have a lot of different breeds together. I wanted Easter eggers to get colorful eggs. I'm going to be looking into some olive eggers. I have the Midnight Majesty Marans, which are a hybrid breed, and they produce the chocolate colored eggs. So I'm really stoked about that. I at least have one girl laying. In total, I have 4 Majesty or Midnight Majesty Marans. So what we're going to just kind of go over today is seeds and how I've collected and stored my seeds so far. My seed collection started this spring, and it has grown tremendously. They are not joking when they say you become addicted, because I have two seed orders on the way, and honestly no room to put them. I participate in seed swaps, and I am primarily, the first sets of seeds I got were not all of them were heirloom. You know, it was just what the feed store offered or Walmart. And now I've started pushing more towards Baker Creek and My Gardener. And I'm going mainly for the heirloom movement, and helping to preserve those heirloom varieties. So, the other day, my whole seed catalog got here. I pre-ordered this a couple months ago, and I am stoked that it has arrived. You can get a free seed catalog from Baker Creek that shows a limited amount of varieties. This is the whole seed catalog, so it's going to show everything that they offer. There is articles in here, there's recipes, and of course the descriptions of each kind.
My chocolate.
So it is beautiful. Here's a recipe. It is just amazing. I have never had a whole seed catalog before. I put in my information to get a free one, and then it was like probably 12 hours later that I was just pre-ordering and buying the whole seed catalog. This one is the largest seed catalog that they've ever had. It is 532 pages of just pure heaven to the local seed addict. So we have that. It's a great thing to, have on your table, on your bedside table, to just bring in more knowledge, look at varieties that you've never seen before. It's just amazing. I mean, I've already read quite a few articles in it, and already bought some of the seeds that I've found, and it displays the seeds that they're putting out for 2022, the new ones. I've already got some which are in one of those seed orders. All right, now my seed catalog, how I store my seeds. At first, I'm trying to remember where I had them at first. I think I just had like a little tote or something that I was putting them in. And then I switched to this one because it was larger. So this is what I have now. It is just a pink tote with snaps and filled with seeds. And also within it, because I do my seed swaps, I have labels in here. I have little bags so I can label and send out to people. So these are just the labels that I got, were cheap. I, on Amazon, got these little tiny baggies so I can put a label on them, put the seeds in the bag, and get them mailed out to the people that I'm sending seeds to. And I primarily, or the seed swap that I do is Baker Creek fan group, essentially. But you don't have to only send Baker Creek, which has been a benefit for me because I'm able to send some of my seeds that were not Baker Creek and get Baker Creek seeds. Which is not stopping me from buying more seeds, but let me see, baby. Can I see? Another investment that I got through Baker Creek is Clyde's Garden Planner. It is really cool from the video that I've seen. You put in, it works for your fall gardening and your spring gardening. Please stop. Sorry, she is shaking these boxes of peas and green beans.
Green bean.
So with the Clyde's Garden Planner, this side is the fall side. You would put in your last frost date, or your first frost fall, and you would move it to whatever that date is, and it's going to tell you when you should plant, when you should expect harvest, and then it's the same for the spring side. So I thought that would be really handy. I'm going to use it this spring and see how it does. It was $5 on Baker Creek's website, and I am really excited to make use of it. Our garden this year, or this coming year, is going to be way different. I want to implement a lot of things. I want to do some vertical gardening, more container gardening. I mean, it's going to look like a garden and just spit up everywhere. Now we do have limited space. We're sitting on, I think it's a little less than an acre. And then of course there's a house on it and a garage and, you know, our camper, and all of that takes space. So one of the other things that I want to implement, I want to do some square foot gardening. This is a square foot gardening tool. There's a guide to it that goes and puts it in different categories and how you would plant it in 1 square foot. So let's see, beets, a small variety of beets, you could put 16 plants in 1 square foot. So I want to implement square foot gardening. It comes with this cool funnel that goes over wherever your hole is. And then you have this, which has your spacing on it. Let's see. Has your spacing, and then a little hole to actually hold your seeds and put them in here. We did use this a little bit in our fall gardening for our radishes and stuff. And it wasn't bad at all. But I'm going to want to do that on a more large scale basis. And, okay, let's not. So my daughter gets as excited about seeds as I do. But she doesn't understand that they are still somewhat fragile. I have to keep her from destroying it every time I open my seed container. So this is the container that I have right now. I'm actually, Evelyn, please stop. I'm actually going to be switching to a different form of organization. Now, I've seen a lot of people that take, they are like photo storage boxes, and they hold like 4x6 photos. And so you have one big box where a bunch of little square boxes sit into, and then you could break them up into categories. And so I'm going to get one of those and just actually organize my seeds, because they're not organized. They're all thrown in this tote. If I'm actually looking for something, I have to dig for it. Now she has took a few out of here, and they're all gonna go out. But this thing is just packed full. And there's all my open seed packets I took, and I put them in those little tiny baggies that I got to preserve space, because I ran out keeping them in their original seed packets, which they were open anyway, and then I was just putting them in Ziploc bags. So, earlier this year, Evelyn, please stop shaking seeds. Earlier this year, I had done a grab bag from M.I. Gardener and ended up with 30 seed packets out of it, of all sorts of different varieties. I actually haven't planted any seeds from either Baker Creek or M.I. Gardener yet, because when we planted our garden, I didn't have any. So this coming spring will be the first time that I will be planting them. I know with Baker Creek, they make sure that their germination is high. So that way you have good germination rates. And then M.I. Gardener, I have heard really good things about M.I. Gardener. So guys, I know that it wasn't a lot, and it was kind of a random day. And we are having breakdown. Here. So I know today was kind of random, kind of all over the place. But I just wanted to show you what we were doing, a little bit what was new, which was I have a new layer, and the whole seed catalog came, which just wanted me to show my collection and how I have went from the beginning of spring with the bare minimum seed packets that I needed to do the garden, and we were also buying starts, to where we are now. And I have so many different varieties, and I know I don't have the space for them. I know that, so I'm gonna have to alternate. But I still would like to try everything that I can, and for what I can't use or store, because seeds can actually store for quite a while, anything that I can't use, you know, or doesn't work well in my zone, I can use in seed swaps and get seeds that would work well in my zone. So thank you guys for hanging out with us, talking about seeds and about eggs. So everyone have a great day, and I will have another video posted Friday. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below.